If you were a betting man, would they drop the XRP case?
I think they should. And
will they?
I would bet they would.
That's amazing.
Once can be done again. I think Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe even some other cryptocurrencies deserve a spot in your portfolio, too. Maybe one day if the deficit gets under control, I'll change my tune. But anyone who's followed me for more than 10 minutes knows that I'm a huge skeptic about our government's ability to balance the budget. It's not that we don't know how to solve the problem. It's that legislators lack the political will to do things that are unpopular. Balancing the budget means making painful decisions to raise taxes or cut spending. Most politicians would rather just kick the can down the road and make somebody else deal with it, ideally the opposition. So I own crypto because those national debt worries are never going to go away. Maybe not in my lifetime, but I'll go ahead. I'm going to call the top by recommending it yet again. Weird how I've been recommending gold and crypto for so many years, and yet they're both near all-time highs, and I take heat anyway.
So I got the Tether weak link. I got what the heck is going on that this thing's going down if it can't be mined. And I've got the possibility that Colonial isn't the only ransomware. I'm saying that this is not going up because of structural reasons. And I know Tom DeMark feels that this is a great technician. Says 30,000 intraday. Look out. Got a hold. Maybe the buy point. I'm not going there. Sold almost all my Bitcoin. Don't need it.
Going to a different economy. And we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we can have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy. And you know, when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto pumping. We're getting liquidity. We know the stock market is closed tomorrow. We have the NASDAQ pulling back a whole 1%. Now we have futures contracts on Friday, but remember, guys, CME is closed. And also on Friday, the stock market and bond market close up early. So I see us getting a small pullback on Friday, and then on Monday, then we get that pullback. Monday or Tuesday, we get that pullback, and then we know on the 5th, they need Bitcoin as collateral, and then also the CBOE is opening up a new futures project on December 2nd. But we know we play the same game at the beginning of the month, but December, we have the Fed meeting at the middle of the month. I'm going to go over that later. Now we have the Chinese government is behind the U.S. by about $1 billion when it comes to Bitcoin ownership. But guys, remember, China was dominating Bitcoin mining. So I definitely don't believe those figures. But China and the United States are holding Bitcoin for a reason, because they easily could have sold it if it's worthless. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Now, make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now plummeted down, but the stock market moved down also. So that means the bond market is telling us something. And we have the dollar down right now. We have volume and crypto down. And we have Tether and USDC. And we have stable coins at record 190 billion market cap. And we know when crypto is pumping, stable coins pump along with it. And then, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at 148 billion yesterday. And make sure you're pulling on a daily basis during the week. And we have inflation still coming in hot. And we know it's all about corporate greed. They can easily lower the prices, but like Janet Yellen told us, pricing was not coming down. And that was a fact. And based on the job numbers, I will be surprised if the Fed cuts, because they can easily pause, and then on the next Fed meeting, they can always lower 50, 75, 100 basis points, because when these tariffs kick in, it's going to cause inflation. But remember, this is all done on purpose. They have to destroy this legacy market in order for the fourth industrial revolution to rise. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs right now up. And we have Bitcoin ETFs saw 122 million in net outflows, and Ethereum had 40 million in net inflows yesterday. But don't forget, we had Michael Saylor buy another 5 billion. And when you see MicroStrategy, you should see Morgan Stanley and BlackRock. And this MicroStrategy is nothing but a part of the plan, but it's definitely not going to end well. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, getting over into a little crypto news, we have Valor launches the world's first Dogecoin ETP. Also, we have Japanese energy and automotive firm Remix Point invest 3.2 million in Bitcoin. And we see a lot of these corporations putting Bitcoin on their balance sheet because that's the narrative they're trying to sell you. And this narrative is coming from the big banks. Now we have Binance to launch Chill Guy perpetual contracts with up to 75 times leverage. And this sounds like the old BitMEX. And just like I stated, I'm going to touch on this later. Now we have Kraken announces closure of its NFT marketplace. And we saw the boom and bust of NFTs, but NFTs are not going anywhere because remember, guys, they're nothing but digital IDs for the metaverse. But the metaverse is about 4 years away. Now we have Zodia custody partners with Securitize to bolster institutional access to tokenized assets. And we see they're following BlackRock, but we know the big banks and big corporations funded crypto from the beginning. It was just behind the curtain. And lastly, we have Jim Cramer turning the narrative. Now he's positive about Bitcoin and crypto. But guys, as we're seeing, we have all this leverage. Now we have all these short products that are coming into Bitcoin and crypto. And we know Jim Cramer had told us he sold most of his Bitcoin and it was over. He didn't need it. And now he's back. And like I told you, the first quarter of every year, we always have a pullback. And I'm not talking to the hodlers, I'm talking to the traders. Unless the Treasury pulls off what they did last year with the emergency, we're definitely going to have a big pullback. And there's a lot of things being set up for that. Of course, we have Doge, we have the tariffs, and Elon stated there's going to be a lot of pain. And yes, we know all about the fourth industrial revolution, and we know Elon is one of them who are leading it. But the fact is, this legacy market has to be destroyed in order for the digital economy to rise. We have Gary Gensler out. We have Janet Yellen out. And a lot of those SEC cases are going to be dropped. We had Giancarlo say the XRP case most likely is going to be dropped. But you can clearly see this casino is opening up. So therefore, they can use crypto as the scapegoat for the reason for the financial collapse. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the new World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing, they were still getting that free money. What are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids' books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.